Hello, and welcome back to the studio for yet another unboxing. I'm Dr. Wigo, and today I will be unboxing a ZV-E10. And you think, wait, don't you already have a ZV-E10? Why, yes, I do. But I needed another one for reasons I will explain. If you don't care about my reasons, if you just want to know
what's in the box,
skip to the next chapter where I will open this up and take it out and start setting it up. Why am I buying another ZV-E10? If you go watch my original video up here where I unboxed the first ZV-E10, you'll find out that I bought it during the pandemic, during the supply chain problems, which meant Sony discontinued making them for a while. But I really wanted one, so I made the mistake, as I found out later, of buying it off of eBay, and I bought an Asian version. Well, you say, well, that's not a big deal. Well, it turns out it is a little bigger deal than I thought, because the Asian version comes set to 25 frames per second, no 30, no 24, 25 only. You can switch it to NTSC mode, which gives you the 24 and 30. But if you do that, every time you turn on the camera, it pops up a screen warning you that you're in a different format and you have to dismiss it. If you remember the studio video, the ZV-E10 is now my overhead camera up there. It's a little more difficult to find the buttons and do everything while it's hanging up in the air. So it's hard to dismiss that dialogue. And so basically what I did, being the genius that I am, I decided, well, I'll just shoot all these cameras in 24 frames per second, and I'll leave that one in the 25 frames per second, which is its native frame rate, and all will be right with the world. But then I noticed that my videos were a little muddy, and they weren't all that clear on YouTube, because YouTube would really prefer 30 frames per second. There's magic that has to happen with pull downs and repeating frames. Anyway, it's complicated. I'd really be better off with 30 frames per second, but I can't use that camera in 30 frames per second. Well, I can, but it's a pain in the butt to do. And every time I use it, it would be a pain in the butt. If you've been watching Mark Bennett's Camera Crisis, he almost convinced me to get a ZV-E1, the new camera from Sony, which is basically the ZV-E10 with a full frame sensor. One little problem, overheating. Plus, it's a $2,000 camera, and I'm not going to use a $2,000 camera up there. I really need a camera up here for my overhead shots. And the ZV-E10, especially if you don't need lenses, and I don't need lenses, is only $700. So I said, well, I'll buy another ZV-E10. When I went to buy it using Mark Bennett's sponsored links, Amazon sold out. Adorama sold out. B&H had them, but he didn't have a link for B&H. And there's another problem. B&H also sold out of the black one. So what I have here is actually a white ZV-E10. But on reflection, I realized, well, this isn't a bad thing, because now I'll be able to tell my ZV-E10s apart, because the white one is the 30 frames per second, and the black one is the 25 frames per second. So that should explain why I bought it. It was cheap. It's a camera I know is good. It's a camera I know won't overheat hanging up here. Unlike the ZV-1, which I tried for a while, and it would overheat. Plus, it had the little weird battery. It had battery life issues. $700 is a lot to pay for an overhead camera, but I want to just set it and forget it and just leave it up there, and I have all my remote set up. It makes my life easier. To me, it's worth $700. Shall we unbox? So, what do we got? We have the US and Canada limited warranty. We have a register for a chance to win a Visa card. A reference guide in multiple languages, a little lenses ad, more little booklets. You know, it's Sony, they love their booklets. And a whole bunch of stuff printed on here. And here we go. Now this is obviously, this is the ZV-E10. Oh, look, it's adorable. It's just like the one I have, only it's all white with silver accents instead of black. We also have the little charging plug, the charging cable, USB-C. Is it USB-C? Right, USB-C. Remember the ZV-1 was not USB-C. A strap. Oh, look, it has a white wind muff to fit into the hot shoe. Doesn't get windy in here, so this is not really an issue for me. And finally, oh wait, that was the battery. I said the charging plug. This is the charging plug. This is the battery. And the box is now empty. That's really all I need to do. You can go watch my old video about how to set one up. Actually, there's hundreds of videos on how to set these up. The main thing is that now this is my last video that I will ever shoot in 24 frames per second on all these other cameras. If you saw my Apple Vision Pro, because I was using footage from Apple that was 30 frames per second, I shot that one in 30 frames per second, and it did look better. So I'm looking forward to using this now in 30 frames per second, using this as my overhead camera. So all future unboxings, in fact, there may be one before you see this video. There may be a different unboxing. So that's really all I had to say. Short video this week. I needed a 30 frame per second overhead camera. This one was only $700. It's the best quality for the lowest amount of money. So I got it. Well, I know I'm going to be happy with it because I have one and it's awesome, except for the 25 and 30 frames per second. That's it for today. I can't tell you what's coming because I have things coming, and so things are all out of order. The Vision Pro video bumped into a different video, which you'll probably see before this video, and then this video, again, I'll be using this camera to shoot another unboxing, which is gonna bump another video. So I can't tell you what's coming anymore because I don't know. There's cool stuff coming. So that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. As always, see you next time. Bye-bye.